How good are you at spotting the signs, signals, and breadcrumbs that the universe is leaving you? Part 2. I promised you an example, but first, let me talk a little bit more about the reticular activating system. Most of the time, the example that people are going to give you when they're talking about the RAS is your friend buys a car, and all of a sudden you start seeing that car everywhere on the road. The truth is, the cars were there the entire time. Where attention goes, energy flows kind of thing. And this is one of the ways that we can hijack our brains in order to get to our next level up. And also one of the ways that people explain law of attraction. If you start to look for the good, you'll start to see the good, and the good will get reverberated back to you from the environment. How do you explain events that are just too coincidental to be explained away by science? For instance, somebody pops into your mind that you haven't thought about in a really long time, and all of a sudden you look down at your phone and there's a text message from that person. Or you're grappling with a really big decision and you look up at the clock and there's a really significant number sequence. Think angel numbers, 111 on the clock. I personally think this is one of the ways that the universe, source, spirit is guiding you to alignment. I kind of consider it like bowling, where you have the bumpers on the sides of the lane and it's kind of bumping you into the right direction to get you to the strike. It's using things in your environment and communicating to you in ways that you understand to make sure that you don't miss it. Simple, silly example, I picked up a book recently called The Confident Empath. Now, I had no other reason to start reading this book other than the fact that it was recommended by somebody that I really respect in the spiritual community. I already have 5 other books sitting on my nightstand that I had intended to read first. This one got pushed to the front of the line. Why? I don't know. I felt the nudge. From the time that I put the book in my cart to the time that it arrived at my doorstep, not only was my social media algorithm, of course, talking to me more about empathy, but I had 3 different podcasts that span 3 very different topics, all talking about empathy in the same week. Podcasts are not controlled by an algorithm. It seemed like everything that I was reading in this book suddenly became relevant. It could just be a really relevant book, or I feel like Spirit was putting that feedback in my path in order for me to be able to process this book in a really meaningful way. Without empathy, we lose the ability to feel as if we are connected to each other. If back in the very dawn of our civilization, we were not programmed to be empathetic, how would we have built anything that we've built today? Spirit's going to use mechanisms that you are interested and accustomed to in order to help kind of bump you into alignment. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. And if you have any examples like the one I just gave, I'd love to hear about it.